Oh, it's Saturday night.
Welcome everyone to Supreme Last Word. I'm here with Nick Dumeyer and Mortimer Blankenship III.
The mutton chop millionaire.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
We are just 1 week away from Surviving the Steel this coming Friday. Do you want to explain the rules of Surviving the Steel to everybody?
Yeah, well, just basically the basic rules are it's going to be an 8-man elimination style tag, but it's not where all 8 competitors start off in the ring. It's actually going to be 2 men enter, and then every 2 minutes thereafter, another competitor enters the ring. Now, nobody can be eliminated until after every single competitor is inside the ring. That's when the ref enters the ring, and then they get eliminated by either pinfall or submission until you've got 1 man left standing, and that 1 man will end up being our new #1 contender for the Supreme Heavyweight title.
If you draw 1 and 2 to go in the ring first, it's unfair. It's a disadvantage because you have at minimum 12 minutes of just having to fight everyone else in that ring before the bell even rings. It's unfair.
Hey, I've been in that situation too.
I've been in that situation.
Last year, I was #2. I didn't make it till the end. I completely understand, but it's still an opportunity. But tonight we had a totally different setup. Tonight was the pre-show for Surviving the Steel. All 8 competitors had matches, basically setting them up one-on-one competition, and they had to pick other competitors' opponents. We led for some very interesting matches.
Certainly did. Last week, Darren O'Neill picked the opponent for custom-made Eric Draven. He picked the Red Dragon. Now, we found out who the Red Dragon really was, but let's get to the highlights of that.
So you saw Red Dragon was unmasked. This was a much younger man. Red Dragon has been a competitor here for Supreme for years and years and years. He's an older gentleman. That was not him. Morty, what are you talking about? Are you happy with your guy?
You're right. Whoever that guy was, he is young. And with young comes inexperience. he should have known that Draven was going to shake his hand, but there was a lot more included with that handshake.
Yeah,
but
there was.
He's young and inexperienced, and we use that to our advantage.
Did you ever? Did you ever? I feel bad for the kid, but I don't think you're going to see the last of him. You know that young man has impressed ever since he's been here. He's taken Eric Draven to the limit, even gotten 3 counts on Eric Draven. So don't be surprised if you see him again, and what you did later on,
I'm not
that
worried
night.
about him. He's young. He has flaws.
Our next match pitted Seth Geen against former Legion member, the Crusader Tommy Cash.
This was an obvious big man versus big man challenge where it's not too many times that you see Seth Geen, when he steps into the ring with somebody who's actually bigger than him. But the Crusader at 7 feet tall, he's been on an absolute mission to eliminate every member of Legion, and tonight was no different. However, he wasn't alone. Seth Geen wasn't.
You know, I've been sitting, thinking, since they took my knee out tonight. This past week, I had to recover, do a lot of exercises, go to the doctor, just to let myself get back to the ring tonight. And then Legion comes out again tonight and puts my legs around a post and tries to destroy my knee and ruin my career. So also, Nick Noble, the coward that he is, can't face me next week. You see, Nick Noble, it doesn't matter if you take out my knee. You should have taken out my arms and my legs and my head, every piece of my body, because as long as I got breath in my body, Nick Noble, I'm gonna keep getting back in that ring until I destroy Legion. Let me show you what you do when you get a little adrenaline in your body. You think a man that couldn't stand before, he could stand. And you know, I used to play a little baseball back in the day. You ever heard the story about Mighty Casey and how he struck out in Mudville that day? Well, Darren O'Neill gets in the ring. I'm gonna straighten him up like a baseball bat. I'm gonna pull back, and I'm gonna knock you into the grandstands. And there will be no crying that day in Mudville, because the Crusader doesn't strike out, pal. Watch your back.
So once again, Legion takes a page out of my book and tries to injure the Crusader. I tell you what, if I wasn't here, I don't think anybody would know what to do.
I mean, it was a sickening act. Legion's been on this.
Sickening?
Oh, come on now,
This is
Morty.
professional wrestling.
He's sit
if
there.
your opponents are injured, you don't have to worry about them.
That's right, but he's trying to take him out completely.
Yes.
This is after the bell had rung. This is far beyond. This is, the play was over essentially. The bell had already rung. They were looking to end a man's career. 7 feet tall or not, I mean, they're sitting there trying to do damage. This is one of those things that
You
made me
don't have to
sick to
deal
my
with them
stomach
then.
to see
You don't have
it.
to deal with them after that.
Our next match, JB Kidd took on the Wild Thing, Chuck McRoberts.
JB Kidd, my former tag team partner, has a mean streak, and you saw it. As soon as this match started, he went directly at Chuck, took the fight right to him. I mean, I've been impressed with Kidd lately. He has been attacking, but he still was unable
Now, I
to
have
pick
to
up a
admit, ever
victory.
since he left you, he's gotten a lot better.
Oh, shut
That
up,
makes
Morty.
sense. He's gotten a whole lot better ever since he left you.
Chuck, though, showed his heart, came out victorious in the end. Let's take you right now to the highlights.
Madison, Indiana is Surviving the Steel, Supreme Wrestling's most dangerous match. That's right. The Wild Thing will step into a cage with 7 of Supreme Wrestling's best. Winner gets a shot at whoever they want. And the Wild Thing wants that Supreme Heavyweight Championship. So boys, you better bring your A game. The Wild Thing is coming to fight, and he's coming to survive.
And our next match, right before intermission, Tailor-Made Roger Malcolm took on Aaron Abbott.
Now this was your doing, wasn't it, Morty? I mean, Eric Draven chose him, right?
Yeah, he did.
But this was not just so that way he was going to have a great one-on-one competition, put him to the test. Roger Malcolm took out Aaron Abbott's shoulder.
Answer this for me. If you're in a fight, I'm not talking about, for a championship. If you're in a fight, do you have to follow rules?
That's not. We're inside of a ring, Morty. This was a competition.
But if the ref doesn't see it, it doesn't matter.
The ref did see it, and he did get disqualified after a count of 5. But
Okay.
damage done.
Well, Roger got a little mad.
Damage done.
The damage was done, and it was done well.
Let's take you right now to the highlights.
Once again, Leon Elliott puts his nose in my business, in Custom Made's business. I don't know what his deal is with me, but he needs to check it at the door.
Well, look, I'm just glad he came out there. Get Roger off of Aaron Abbott. Aaron Abbott hopefully can still compete in Surviving the Steel. He still gets his opportunity. Granted, it's not going to be an easy task. He's one of the first competitors in the match.
I'm sure he'll be there. He's just another young, dumb kid.
Anyway, let's go on to our next match, Jason.
Our next match of the night was Legion versus Legion.
Now, this was an interesting contest. You know, you don't see Legion often do a one-on-one contest and not have any kind of dirty tricks. There really wasn't anything. Angus Barnett, Nick Noble went one-on-one, and not only did they go one-on-one, they kept themselves from cheating. There was times in this match when it looked like they wanted to go for a chokehold or to use some sort of illegal maneuver, but they kept themselves from doing it, keeping the Brotherhood strong.
Weakness.
Weakness.
I can tell you right now that if Roger Malcolm and Eric Draven faced each other in there, they would fight tooth and nail. They would pull each other's hair out. They would choke each other. It doesn't matter. You got to win. You got to win. You do whatever you want to do to win.
Now, I don't even think
Weakness.
I don't even think the Supreme fans knew exactly what was happening with this one. They didn't know who to cheer for. They didn't like either one of these two. And who could blame them after all the tactics they've used over the past weeks? They're two of the most hated individuals besides Custom Made here at Supreme. But these two went at it. They went head to head, pure wrestling, and in the end, you'll see exactly what happened.
Fate has decided to pit brother against brother. And even though me and Nick Noble fought tooth and nail, I proved to him, I proved to you, I'm gonna prove to everyone in that cage, there's a new era of violence, brutality, of pain about to be ushered in. And those who know the name Angus Barnett will fear it.
There you have it. You saw the handshake. The Brotherhood is still strong within Legion. Darren O'Neill making sure that these two didn't tear each other apart, even though he wasn't here tonight. Our very next match, though, pitted Tommy Jack McGee against the Super Beast Rob Royale. Now, in this match, Tommy Jack McGee is entering in at number 8. Number 8, he's got the best odds of winning Surviving the Steel. But tonight was no easy task.
Tonight, we led the lamb to slaughter.
What, I guess you could say that Super Beast, of course, is taking on Leon Elliott at Surviving the Steel in a cage match for that Supreme Heavyweight title. His eyes are on the prize. Let's take you to the highlights and show you exactly what happened when Tommy Jack McGee got in the ring with the Super Beast.
I'm not laughing anymore. You're getting one angry Super Beast, and I'm coming in there to kick your ass!
Just like that, the Super Beast picks up a win. Feel kind of bad for Tommy Jack McGee, but he will be the number 8 competitor entering into Surviving the Steel. That could be a preview for our main event down the road. If Tommy Jack somehow wins Surviving the Steel and Super Beast wins the title, that could be our main event for Final Friday going into October.
Our next match, pitted partner versus partner once again, as Lily Lockhart took on the unbreakable one, Chet Ripley.
Yeah, this match here ended up being our Supreme Spotlight match of the week. We were really planning on these two actually going at it, having a clean one-on-one contest. And essentially, you can check out that match on our YouTube channel. Why are you yawning, Morty? Actually, I know why you're yawning. Because you'll see in the highlights of this match that assassin woman came out again trying to attack Lily. Lily stood up to her this time, though. And the next thing you know, she's chasing her out. And somebody, namely you, Morty, shoved Lily Lockhart into the door.
She just wasn't watching where she was going. I had nothing to do with that.
You shoved her.
I did nothing.
You shoved her.
She ran right into the wall. It's not my fault.
Well, you can see the whole contest again on our YouTube channel, which led to a 6-man challenge where Chet Ripley, Leon Elliott, and the unmasked Supremo Del Cara took on Custom Made with Taylor Made Roger Malcolm, Custom Made Eric Draven, and Big Time Josh Lewis. Let's take you to the highlights right now.
me. At the beginning of that, I got in the ring thinking that they had my back, and then they hit me. All those people there hit me. The referee hit me. I'm not a wrestler. I'm a manager. That's not fair.
Looks like your guys left you high and dry.
Oh, they would never do that to me.
Oh, that's exactly what we just saw.
No, they wouldn't do that.
At the end of the night, though, we saw Leon Elliott's team with him, Chet Ripley, Supremo, standing tall. Now we're heading into Final Friday and Surviving the Steel. This is going to be one heck of a competition. Of course, the rules are simple. 2 men enter the cage. Every 2 minutes thereafter, another competitor enters until all 8 men are in the cage. At that point, a referee enters. Next thing you know, any pinfall or submission, that person's eliminated. Next thing you know, when we have one person standing tall, they become the #1 contender. My thing is, I'm curious about who you think is going to come out on top of Surviving the Steel. What do you think, Morty?
That's easy. It's either going to be Roger Malcolm or Eric Draven.
Roger Malcolm's not even in the match, Morty.
Wait, what?
He's not.
You're kidding me.
No.
What? I got to get this fixed. Hey! Hey! Why is it
Jason,
Roger
who do you
Malcolm
got
Surviving
for Surviving the
the
Steel?
Why
One
is
of the
this
young
all
guys have
bad?
been impressing lately. Aaron Abbott says he's the future of Supreme Wrestling. He's got to be my pick.
Aaron Abbott, okay. I think I'm going to go with somebody who's a little bit more unpredictable and unbreakable, Chet Ripley. He's entering in later in the fray. Never know what that guy's going to come up with. Not only that, though, you got to think. We have one more big match, Supreme Heavyweight Championship, on the line when Leon Elliott defends the Supreme Heavyweight title against the Super Beast, Rob Royale. Rob Royale has been going for weeks, if not months, chasing after the Supreme Heavyweight title. He finally gets his opportunity at Final Friday, Surviving the Steel. But this is his one and only opportunity. He doesn't get it done, there is no tomorrow. Who do you got in that match?
That's going to be a hard-fought contest. You heard Super Beast tonight. He said the laughing and the fun and games are over. But Leon Elliott, he's been holding that Supreme title for months now. Been going strong. I got to go with Leon.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat a concentrated Super Beast. So we'll just have to wait and see. Make sure you join us this Friday, Final Friday, Surviving the Steel. 2 big cage matches. 1 elimination cage match, which is the actual Surviving the Steel match, plus the Supreme Heavyweight Championship, where Super Beast Rob Royale will take on the champion, Leon Elliott. We'll see you guys next time.
I heard you loud and clear, Rob. You made it perfectly clear. You've made it clear for months. What you have been taking as fun and games, I've been taking as motivation. I've been holding it in. I've been bottling it up inside, just waiting for the time to get you in the ring. And I have no problems looking a beast in the eye and putting it out of its misery. I'm ready for that cage door to be locked. And I plan on leaving a piece of me inside of it. But I'm in a darker place whenever it comes to the Friday. And I will leave you laying, and you won't come back.